Eye of the Tiger by Survivor. We're going to do something that sounds like this. Let's break that down. Now, first of all, this is originally written for 2 guitars. We're going to end up showing how we can combine both parts together to play what I just did now. But believe it or not, the one guitarist simply does this for 1.5 minutes. Okay, all that's really happening there is he's playing the 3rd fret of the 5th string. A lot of palm damping, so you're bringing your palm in. There's the saddles over there, quite heavy, and you're going. Now I want to get a bit closer there because the technique over here is sort of quite sneaky. We mentioned the palm damping over here, and I want you to realize that your sort of stroke is a very limited stroke. So it's, and you can hear there's a hint of an accent. The accent means the strong beat or the louder beat. So this is without an accent because all the notes are equal volume. This is with an accent. You can hear that little bit of rhythm kick inside. It's very subtle, but it's there. And like we said, 1.5 minutes of that. So that particular guitar part, although very, very important, is quite boring. Okay. Well, that one guitarist does. You're going to go. And what's actually happening there, if you focus on your fretting hand, is basically starting with a C5 power chord. Notice my fingers are numbered. You can play your C power chord like this. First finger, fret 3 on the 5th string, pinky flat across strings 4 and 3 in the 5th fret. And if you don't like this, you may also replace it with the ring finger. So this is your 1, or you can do that. And some guitarists even like doing all 3 fingers, so this is also option. One more time, your 3 different ways. My preference, not because it's better, I prefer it, there's a difference. Lots of other guitarists prefer this, and lots of guitarists prefer that, so you've got choice there. Okay, now on the rhythm you're going to go C5, then dead silence, and you move down 2 frets to B flat. This is B flat at fret 1. It's the same shape, that's at fret 3, fret 1, still playing strings 5, 4 and 3. And then from there you come back to C5. So it's going to sound like this. You do it twice through, and then the last one goes, and that time it goes from the C to the G, which is simply 1 string up, and then you strum that G5, and then you're going to go to A flat 5, which is at fret 4. So the shape, or the movement rather, is going to go C, G, A flat, which happens to be G sharp as well, but they don't like having a G normal and a G sharp. They'd rather have a G and an A flat. It's got to do with music theory. That's chat for another video. Now let's play together. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's the first part. Now we want to join the two together because if you're jamming alone, it sounds pretty boring if you're just doing this, and it sounds a little less boring if you do this. But if you put them together, you get this. And that sounds quite sweet. Now, if you've got the PDF file in front of you, which I hope you have, you'll notice that some of the 3s are light grey. Now, if you're playing along with a friend and you do what I originally mentioned at the beginning of the video by going, then obviously you play all the 3s the whole way through. No changes. Okay, so all the light grey 3s, all the black 3s, everything you play the whole way through. But if you're playing a combination like I'm trying to do now, that if you want to play that, you leave out the light grey 3s. Otherwise, you're not going to get the effect of the song. So you're going to have slow motion, strum, gap, and And between that move, those threes cannot be played. You just haven't got the time to do it. So you forfeit those threes and you catch up at the end of that in the third bar. So your first, second, and third bar should sound like this. Let's play along together. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you simply repeat. You'll notice that your second bar and your fourth bar are identical, as are your third bar and your fifth bar. The fifth bar being the beginning of the second row. So I hope you got your PDF. Otherwise, these references aren't going to make sense. Okay. And then obviously when you do that, that part there, we also cannot play the grey notes because there simply isn't time. It's going to ruin the effect of the song, the emphasis of the chords. Now, the last two bars, instead of doing threes, we're going to sort of do a little bit of a compromise because you've ended on the A flat. So instead of playing the threes, we're going to do on the fourth fret of the sixth string. So let's take it through together, and we're going to play it through the whole way as written. 1, 2, 3, 4, and again. Okay, that's the basic of it. There are other parts where it goes and some other crazy stuff, but we're not going to go into that right now. We want to look at the basics for the song. Now we're going to switch over from an overdrive sound that we just used now. So we're going to switch the sound off, and we're going to go more of a clean tone. And we're also going to move the pickup, which I'm hoping it was actually at the back over here, to the middle or the front, whichever you favor. I'm going to do the middle because that's my personal favorite, but we're cool for that. And our song now becomes a very nice introduction to bar chords. And it's going to be... It's going to be that. Okay. Now, this is C minor. It's at fret number 3. If you want a dedicated lesson on bar chords, let me know and I'll prepare a video for you on bar chords. This over here is just to get you used to or how to play them, to introduce the basic techniques. You can see my first finger is really straight. Middle finger's on the second string, with you angling the guitar so you can see the strings a bit better. Finger 3's on the fourth, pinky's on the third. And if you strum it from the fifth string down, your C minor should sound like this. The change from there to A flat is a really cool one. I'm going to focus more on here again. For this song to go from C minor to A flat for verse 1, you simply move fingers 2, 3, and 4 up a string and forward a fret to fret 4. So C minor, up 1, forward 1, A flat. Then for B flat, you simply move 2 more frets to B flat. And then when you come down to it, well, that's your B flat. When you go back to C minor, all the way to fret 3, and back over here. Now some guitarists might like doing C minor there. I don't like that high-pitched note for this song, but if you prefer it, not a big deal. I would still like to do it here as an exercise, because first of all, I like the sound of that note, and it's a nice exercise to get you changing strings for different bar chord references. But like we said, we'll study bar chords later. So when you're singing Rising Up, back on the street, took my time, took my chances, those are your chords, nice and easy. We got that. And there's no fancy pattern. If you're playing along with the song, which I definitely encourage you to do, you simply just one strum, 3 and 4 and one strum, let it ring now. Little as possible silence, no gaps. This will be a bad run. That's a bad run because it's got pauses. This is a good run because the notes are ringing. So make sure your notes ring as long as possible. Now the last part of the song is going to be your chorus, where it goes, it's the eye of the tiger. We're going to have to go back to overdrive again. So step 1, switch to the back. And we go back to overdrive. So you're going to get the nice noise kicking in shortly. And we're going to go back to... We have noise. Okay. We're going to have an F5 power chord. So starting over here, for those that know power chords, it should be quite easy. and your chorus goes. You recognize that part. Now, I just want to take you through the power chords. So if you don't know where they are or how to play them, you do know from here on. F5, same shapes as we used for the introduction, just in different fret positions, as simple as that. So your power chords are sort of static in shape. They simply move around the guitar neck. Like for example, C to B flat, G, they're all the same shapes. There's your F that you need for your chorus. It's going to go from there to A flat to B flat. So you're going to go, it's the tiger. And what sounds quite cool there is a little quick double strum before we do the chord. So what's my picking hand? Instead of going 2, 3, 4, try this. And you can hear that? And to get that, all I'm doing is I'm releasing my pressure here. So over here, my finger isn't pushing down, he's relaxed on the string, so I get a muted note. So that muted note gives me that before I kick the chord in, and I have this. And then the next part, the next line has a C and B flat. Now we should know C and B flat because we used it for the introduction of the song. So you fret 3 and fret 1 for C and B flat. Third line, exactly the same as the first line, and it finishes off with. And the tab for that is referred to as riff 1, and it's 1 first, sorry. 1, 0, 1, 3, 1, 3, 4. And all those notes are played on the 6th string, simple as that. What I want to do now is I want you and I to jam through the chorus. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 and 3 and 4. And 2 and 3 and 4. 2 and 3 and 4. 2 and 3 and 4. And you're and then he sings Of the Tiger. There's a reason why I don't sing, because I'd like you to watch my other videos. Okay. But jokes aside, that's the power chord side for the song. That will make up the song. You should be able to play it along with the backtrack the whole way through, and it's a really cool song to do. Nice palm damping techniques for that. It's a nice way to show how we can emulate or sort of get the effect of 2 guitars. It's a nice exercise to get us to go from our power chords to our clean chords, and to get the bar chords working. Teaches us a bit about pickups. Listen to the difference. Very tinny, much more warmer. Even more warmer. So play around with your electric guitar. If you're playing acoustic guitar, it also sounds cool. I'll do it quick on the acoustic before I sign off. But for those that are electric players, experiment with your tone, learn your tone, see what sounds cool to you. But don't go away. I'm going to switch to acoustic quickly just to show you the song works well there too. As promised, acoustic guitar. I have the Tiger. It sounds pretty sweet as well. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and. And it sounds quite cool. Your power chords, or your bar chords, sorry. There's your bar chords. Still sounds cool. In fact, arguably, your bar chords might even sound better on the acoustic guitar. And your chorus part, where it goes, the Tiger, 2 and 3 and 4, and 2 and 3 and 4, and 2 and 3 and 4, and you're back to the beginning. Hope you enjoyed the video. Any questions? You've got my WhatsApp details. Enjoy the Tiger. Have a cool week. Thank you.